Assalamu alaikum students. In this video we are going to solve exercise number 3b, question number 1. So before solving that question we should know some basic rules, that how can we identify the digits which are significant in any number. So rule number 1 says all non-zero digits are significant. Whenever we have any number and that the number doesn't consist of any zero, so all the numbers are significant. Like we have four digits over here, 1 2 3 4, and all four are significant, so we can write four. There are four significant figures in this number. Okay, rule number 2, all zeros between non-zero digits are significant. So if there is any zero between non-zero digits, like 4 and 7 both are non-zero digits, 3 and 2 both are non-zero digits, and there is a zero between them, so we can say we will consider it as a significant figure. So the total number of significant figures would be 1 2 3 4 and 5. Let us see another example, 342.307. So there is a zero in this number as well, and it is not in the last at the end, or it is not in the beginning, so it is in the middle somewhere. So when we will count the number of digits, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, so all these six digits will be considered as significant. So there are six significant figures because 0 is between the non-zero digits. Let us talk about rule number 3. In a decimal, all zeros after a non-zero digit are significant. So this is a decimal number. So you can see that the first non-zero digit is in a decimal is 1. So you have to start counting the significant figures after the first non-zero digit, 1 2. So there are two significant figures. Let us see another example. The first non-zero digit is 5 in 0.500. So you will start counting the significant figures from here, 1 2 3. So there are three significant figures. Now another example, 41.0320. so the first non-zero digit is this first number, 4. So you can count the significant figures from here, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So there are six significant figures according to this rule. Now let us talk about rule number 4. In a decimal, all zeros before a non-zero digit are not significant. So again, look at the first non-zero digit, that is 2, and behind that there are only two digits and both of them are 0, so we will not consider them significant. So the number of significant figures are 1 and 2, only 2. Next, after the decimal point we have our first non-zero digit, and you will count the significant figures from here, 1 2 and 3. Before that, behind that 6, there is no any non-zero number, so we will not consider them as significant. Look at this example, 0.00173. Now our first non-zero digit is over here, so you will count the significant figures after this, 1 2 and 3. So there are three significant figures. We will not consider these zeros as significant. Now rule number 5. In whole numbers, the zeros at the end may or may not be significant. It depends how the numbers are approximated. For example, we have this number 3800 meters. So we have to find the number of significant figures to the nearest 10 meter. So what you have to do, we know that this is the unit place, this is the tens place, so you have to round it off to the nearest 10 meter. Then you have to tell the number of significant figures. So go to the tens place because it is mentioned in the question, and now count the significant figures. So there are 1 2 and 3 significant figures. Let us see another example. You have to round it off to the nearest 10,000 grams. The question is 100,000 grams, and first of all you have to round it off to the 10,000 grams, and then you have to tell the number of significant figures. So 10,000 means unit tens, 100, 1000, and this is 10,000 place. So count the number of significant figures from here. So 1 and 2. So there are two significant figures. Now let us do question number 1 of exercise number 3b. The question is, you have to find the number of significant figures in each of the following. There's total 3 parts. So the first part is 39018. So according to rule number 2, you can see all zeros between non-zero digits are also significant. So we can find the number of significant figures in this part very easily. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So there are 5 significant figures. Part number B, 0.028 030. So how many significant figures will be in this decimal number? So which rule will be applied over here? Look at this third rule. In a decimal, all zeros after a non-zero digit are significant. And look at this fourth rule. In a decimal, all zeros before a non-zero digit are not significant. So it's very easy. Look, the first non-zero digit is this one, 2. So we have to count the number of significant figures after this. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Again we have 5 significant figures. Now the last part, C part, is 2900 to the nearest 10. To the nearest 10. So we know that this is unit place, this is tens place, and the number of significant would be 3. So there are 3 significant figures